Hello everyone, welcome to Palmer, Alaska, a place built off of dreams, agriculture, and frontier spirit. We're gonna go into Palmer and figure out why this place is so special to them. And also, this is the place where the Alaska State Fair happens every year, once a year. And by the way, this year, Sean Paul is coming to the State Fair. Let's go into Palmer and find out why this place is so special. Let's go. What would you say is different from living here in Anchorage?
Oh, fuck Anchorage.
Yeah.
Methville.
Yeah?
Always on the lookout for someone on your back.
In Anchorage?
Yes.
Huh.
And Wasilla, too.
Yeah.
Meth heads. They're all over.
So that's what's different from, what about Palmer?
Well, they camp.
Yeah?
Yeah, meth heads don't camp. They crawl out under rocks at 3 a.m. I don't know where they fucking come from.
Yeah? So do you think people like my color is accepted here?
Oh my God!
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. So tell me, what makes Palmer feel like home to you?
There's friendly people. It's kind of secluded, and it's just, we get nice weather in the summer. I've lived here for so long as well, and it's kind of like situational.
It's situational?
Yeah.
I think it's just the atmosphere. We lived here close to 10 years.
The atmosphere? What is different about here that you would say you don't get at other Alaskan cities?
We don't get as many stoplights. Like Wasilla.
Was okay. It was okay. Like for somebody that have never been here, what should they know about Palmer that's different?
Everyone knows everyone, and there's a lot of not much grimy stuff out here. It's more just people living out their lives, not bothering other people as much. Kind of just, you could go about your day.
What would you say would be like the daily living for everybody here?
I think it depends where you're at. Some people, they live in trailers. Some people, a good portion of the population here is homeless. Solid amount.
For a young person so isolated from many other stuff like Lower 48, how do that make you feel and how do you maneuver here?
I kind of just, do my thing. I just go chill with my homies, and I understand it could be secluded compared to the lower 48s because Alaska's small, and especially Palmer, it's a small town. And there's a lot of people that live in Alaska that don't even know about Palmer.
Wow.
Yeah, and towards Fairbanks and stuff like that, some people that lived out there their whole life never been here.
Many people would tell me, hey, stay away from Palmer. Palmer people might not be from of your kind. What would you say to that?
I wouldn't say that's true at all.
What's the biggest thing that happens here?
We have the Alaska State Fair in Palmer, and then we also do some stuff around the Midtown. We do Friday Fling, and every Friday in the summer you can go. We have a bunch of tents and there's people selling their own products and stuff.
Oh, nice. Is there any black people, or how would you say the minority status here?
See them every now and then.
Not very much. Why would you think people move up here?
The scenery.
You see the mountains around and
Yeah, it's a beautiful scenery.
like for a young person, what is life like? What type of activities?
Type of activities. I like driving.
Right.
Just like driving around, no real destination.
It's nice. Where should I visit while I'm out here?
Honestly, there's not really much to do in Palmer, but there's the places I like going is I just go thrifting and I don't know. You could hit the bars. I think it's Klondike Mike's that's known for having concerts and stuff.
You want to dance, Mike?
Yeah.
Definitely. Nice talking to you, man.
Nice talking to you.
You have a nice one, yeah?
All right, you too.
Definitely.
I'd probably go past the butte a little bit. Don't pull into people's driveways. It's kind of hillbilly country out there, so
Yeah.
but go way out past the butte. You can see the Matanuska River, great view.
Oh, Matanuska River?
Yeah,
Okay. How far from here?
not that far.
Okay.
All right, we are here in Klondike Mike's Garcia's Grill Bar and Grill in Palmer, Alaska. This is one of the 3 dive bars on the strip. We've got one next door, one on the other side. It's a Saturday night. It's going to get pretty busy tonight. We've got a band. People are going to come out. We have a good time. It's always a good environment here.
Why do you think people move here to Palmer?
I think people move here for the small town vibes. Palmer is very good small town vibes. Everybody takes care of everybody. The friends that you make.
Friends that you make?
Yeah.
There's a population of 5,800 people here, and when you spend enough time here, you get to know everybody.
I've been getting that a lot. Everybody seems to know everybody. What is one thing here that is different that you can find in no other city in Alaska?
The mountains. This is a beautiful mountain town.
I see everybody value the mountains. Just like you're the third person that told me that today. How about you? How do you view this place?
Home. Just always feels like home.
For average person living here or even a child growing up, what is the life activities like for them?
If you have the resources and you have the ability and the want, you're outside a lot.
A lot of fishing, going four-wheeling,
Cutting wood. It's a survival.
riding snow machines.
Yeah.
That's what mostly you guys are into. And I've seen there's a lot of farmlands here.
It's also pretty big for agriculture. There's lots of farms out here. I grew up on one. Goats, pigs, horses, all the fun stuff, lots of chickens. But Palmer, just in general, is very, very good for small town compassion. Everybody likes to make sure everybody's taken care of.
That's very nice. So what about Klondike Mike? How long have you been working here?
I've only been working here for 3 months. They're training me behind the bar right now, so I'm getting to learn how to make drinks and keep people happy and not thirsty. But here is a pretty good place to work. The manager and the owners are really good people, so I think it's a good example of the small town stuff as well. They want to make sure you're taken care of. So,
If there's one thing you would explain to somebody that have never been here, what would it be?
Gotta see it. It's too beautiful to miss.
right?
Palmer's a small town. You blink your eyes and you'll miss it.
Well, first of all, the mountains, okay? There's not mountains like we have here anywhere. I've traveled the entire country. I've driven the entire country pretty much. I've been to like over 30 of the states we have. I've seen a lot of the other mountains and they're beautiful, but they're not Palmer mountains. We've got panoramic mountain views.
Good. My name's Chef Tito. I'm a 30-year chef. Done everything from Planet Hollywood to Caesar's Casino, small places, Bailey's Barbecue Pit. Now I'm here doing what I love doing at Garcia's.
Why this place of all places?
I live close by and got a great boss and a great crew.
So what's so special about this place?
Garcia's locally owned and operated. He's been in business for, 30 years. And, but yeah, great place, great crew.
Well, if you grow up here, the one thing that everybody does that I know is go to VHO after like football games and stuff like that. VHO is short for the Valley Hotel. It's just down the strip. It's not far from where we are. And they are open 24/7. So lots of people, even after coming out here, getting a little crazy, you're like, kitchen's closed at Klondike's, where am I gonna go? You go to Valley Hotel, get
Remember when you heard your parents say, maybe talk about the grandparents or your uncles, how they would say that they knew their neighbors. Palmer still knows the neighbors. They still remember, they still value the community. Everything is important. Everything is still valued.
I know you said also you was here since 2002, right?
That's correct.
What has changed since you got here?
What's changed in Alaska or just the Palmer area?
The Palmer area for you, and Alaska too. You can give your opinions too.
Okay, unfortunately the drug issues have increased. You know, which unfortunately has been nationwide. World, you know, it's not a good thing. But in the, you know, a lot of people have left Alaska. A lot of people have left the Palmer area. A lot of things just didn't meet up. They didn't catch up to the lower 48, so they have to leave Alaska. A lot of industries left Alaska because of the conditions, etc. But overall, like the people you interviewed earlier were saying, how this is a lower, more of an agricultural area. This is a historical area. The colonists moved to Alaska from the lower 48.
Wow.
Because this is a very, very agricultural rich area. Obviously, you can see it.
Yeah, I heard the soil was rich too, very rich.
Very rich. Very, very, very rich. And so you have a great area here for, you know, agricultural produce, the crops. Every year you haven't been to Alaska yet for the Alaska State Fair.
I've been before, but it's been a long time.
But
Tell the people that doesn't, because people are gonna watch this.
Okay, well, you got to make it to Alaska State Fair to see the crops. The crops are huge up here. During the fair, oh yes.
So we just got to the Ox Farm over here in Palmer. I am very excited. I don't think I have ever seen an ox live before, but this is the first time. I haven't even got inside, but I'm excited. Hopefully they're not closed. Let's go inside and see. They close at 5 o'clock.
Hi, how's it going?
Hello. Yeah, no problem. Tell me what is so special about this place?
This place, well, we are the only Musk Ox Farm in the world.
In the world?
Yeah, other places have musk ox like in captivity, like in as like a like at the zoo or at a wildlife sanctuary, like a conservation center. But we are the only ones that have them like as a farm animal. And what we farm them for is their kivute, which is their winter fur that they shed every spring.
And what is that used for mostly?
That is for...
You mind walking me through?
Yeah, it's made for our, use it for our knitted garments. We make yarn out of it, and then we make scarves and hats.
And all of this is made from ox fur?
Yep, this is all our 100% musk ox yarn, and then this stuff is blended. Because musk ox fur is very, it's very nice and warm, and it's lightweight, but it doesn't have the same like properties as wool. It's not as stretchy. So it will, or not as stretchy. It'll just keep stretching. It won't bounce back. It doesn't have memory. So we blend it with other fibers like silk or wool, so it has more integrity. But yeah, that's what all of our yarn stuff is.
And every single thing out here is made out of.
Just
mostly
just the yarn.
The yarn.
Yeah, not our sweatshirts.
What would you say the community of Palmer, how do they benefit from this? And why is it that, let me ask you that first. I like your style, I like the belt buckle, I see that, that's awesome.
I think Palmer benefits from it because like we'll do concerts here and stuff, so it's like kind of a little place of community. Sort of, we'll do like story times for children. We do a lot of stuff with school groups and other organizations. How
old would you say this place is?
We moved here to Palmer in 1986.
Wow, 1986?
Yeah. And then, so it's been a minute.
Is it a lot of tourist attraction?
Yeah, especially in the summertime. Yeah, we get like hundreds of people.
What do Palmer mean to you, like this whole place? Why would you say people move so far?
It's pretty. It's pretty and it's close to Anchorage. You know, it's not that much of a commute.
It's a very big, close-knit community.
I've been hearing that a lot.
I grew up here. I live right up the road. And I have been out of state the last 4 years, and the biggest thing I miss is seeing the mountain every day.
Yeah.
So
It's just nice to look at.
Definitely. I don't think I have ever seen one myself live.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. When I pulled up and I seen them, I was like, oh, this looks so exciting.
Yeah.
We came to shoot a documentary. I went to Hope, Alaska, to Keatna. We talk about the cat mayor. Did y'all know about that?
Yeah.
The Tequila had a cat mayor.
What?
Tequila, Alaska has a cat man.
Has a cat? Cat man?
Mayor.
Oh, cat man. Oh, yes. Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
cat man.
dog.
Yeah.
It used to be a dog?
Yes, used to be a dog.
Wow, I did not actually know that.
Hello, we barely met, man. I called you twice. Is he okay? I wouldn't. So, if we have time to go out, he can tell you. We do
Show us around.
There's this is our museum.
Pressing on our.
You can look around. It's kind of a work in progress. But yeah, feel free to look around. And we ask that you don't go outside without the guide, but you might be able to see some muskox. Actually, you will see some muskox through the doors right here. Those are our newborns.
Oh, wow.
So the little tiny ones, they were born. Come to the yard. They were born a week ago.
A week ago?
Yep. Or one was born a week ago, last Friday, Tuesday, and then the night before last.
So give me a little, how is the daily life of taking care of these animals?
It's a lot. I just do I just do the guiding part of stuff. But they have to be watered every day, and they're fed a pelleted feed 5 days a week. And, we have 75.
75 of them?
Yeah, and we're on 73 acres. So there's a lot of them, they're spread out. And, everything takes time and energy.
So these ones are the newborns?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, look at them.
With their mamas. And then over there is they're going to be a year in May, our yearling girls.
These ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for ours.
What?
Yeah, it's 24/7 year round with these guys.
24/7.
Mm-hmm.
What gives you the passion? What the motivation to keep going?
I've just been working here a year, but muskox, they're very cute. They really grow on you like any animal does. And they kind of just they've been around since the Ice Age and haven't really evolved much since then. So they kind of, have just been they've been around for so long and they almost went extinct, and now they're still here. And like any animal, they kind of just grow on you.
I see.
Really cute.
Yeah, they are really free, and everywhere has like a farmland. Why? Wow. What is that the motive of the town?
In Palmer, yeah, we're kind of like the green belt of Alaska. The amount of glacial silt that blows on the winds, we gain an inch of topsoil each year or something. So it's just a really fertile land. And so this is just where most of the hay is grown in the state, and farming is done. Yeah, that's just the
farming is very big, and do they have a whole street or block dedicated to just farmers, or everybody kind of owns a farm here? How do families work with the farm?
Well, they moved here in the 30s. Is when the people started farming here. So it started as a farming community, and it's kind of just stayed like that. I wouldn't say there's dedicated spots of farmers, but it's been this farmland's been here forever, that kind of thing.
What would you say is different in Palmer than other Alaskan cities?
It's really windy. And it's nice that you're kind of out. You're not out in the boonies, but you kind of are, and it's easy to get out there, but you're still you're not super far away from civilization.
From civilization.
Yeah, and it's a fun concentration of people. Because people come here just to work.
What is a daily life for kids here?
For children? I didn't grow up here.
Oh, wow.
So I'm from Homer.
Homer?
Yeah, it was 5 hours south.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, it's very gorgeous. You guys should go there. Yeah, for kids, I feel the same thing kids do everywhere, running around. The downtown of Palmer is really nice and cute. It's kind of more walkable.
Yeah. But the rest is farm. And with the oxes. what is the goal for this place in the long term?
Yeah, the goal, it's kind of just like keeping the musk ox around and just keeping people educated on musk ox and just keep them nice and happy.
And you said this is the only musk ox farm in the whole world, you said?
Yep, only farm.
One in the whole world. You cannot find no other one anywhere, and the most beautiful one. Even if it wasn't, it's the most beautiful one. Like the view is just breathtaking.
Yeah, we're not the only place that has musk ox, but we're the prettiest place that has musk ox.
How big is this place? Like this place look like you can fit a whole town by itself.
Oh yeah, 73 acres. It goes past behind the hill over there.
Wow.
Yeah. Plenty of room.
That's definitely. Do you see this like in 100 years time? Do you think this will still be here?
Yep. Yeah.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Well, they're actually part of the Farmland Forever Trust. So even if like someone else for whatever reason buys this land, they won't be able to develop on it for the next 100 years. Actually.
So they must. Even if somebody bought this land, they must keep the oxes on it.
Yep.
Wow, that is very nice, by the way. What's your name, by the way?
Sarah.
I cut your name.
Sarah, what's your name?
Ibrahim.
Abraham, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Sarah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
The best thing about Palmer is you're close enough, you're just 45 minutes away from Anchorage. You're 45 minutes away from Anchorage. You're within close proximity for commuting, for college, for your making, if you haven't got to leave to go to, for a better economy, for a better income, you can go out there. But you're still close enough for sandy preservation.
Everything.
You can go fishing, you can go hiking out here, you can take your snow machines during the winter time, obviously. You can still be yourself. You can still have comfort out here. I like to put in a nutshell that you're close enough for convenience, you're far enough for sandy preservation.
Wow, I like that.
And during the winter time, you're farther enough away from the light pollution that the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights.
Many people don't know what the Northern Lights and get to see it, but we get to see it up here.
Up here are different even than what they ever see down lower 48. And but if you want to see Alaska, you leave Anchorage.
You leave Anchorage. You hear that? If you want to see Alaska, you leave Anchorage.
That's pretty tactful.
That's awesome. How would you describe, how is the economy like here?
The economy compared to the lower 48 is, it's much more stable. It's much more stable, and I think honestly, from the ebb and flow, I'm a transplant. I moved up here in 2001.
Oh.
And I went in the Air Guard up here. When I first moved up here, and I got out, unfortunately. But compared to what I had to do before I moved up here, compared to what I've been doing and what I'm currently doing now, it's been much, much better. I went from having to work 3 jobs to 1 job. And coming out ahead of time. I think, honestly, when they say north to the future, yes, Alaska is definitely north to the future.
Somebody told me Alaska is like a new state that haven't been touched yet.
Alaska is still, yes, that's a very good analogy. Alaska it's got so many opportunities that have not been developed. We can still keep developing Alaska, even with Canada between us. That's a big hurdle. But we have more natural resources at our disposal, more to develop. We have more opportunities And once we start redeveloping, like the lower area of Alaska, southeastern Alaska, major logging industry, major wood. And for furniture, housing, construction, we are going to bring that back to Alaska. We can do it. We need to bring back the film industry up here, back to the tax incentives, because all the countries, everyone in the world comes to Alaska. Reality movies, reality shows.
What happened to those? They all died off.
The tax incentives went to currently they go to Vancouver, BC. They go over to Iceland. They leave Alaska because they get tax cuts, they get tax breaks. We don't get them in Alaska anymore. And Hollywood's be getting so much from it, and it's robbing us by while we have to offer, they utilize it, but we don't get it. They don't reciprocate. But they're still coming up here. So the movie industry in Alaska is still growing, and I'm going to be hosting a filmmaking meetup here very soon.
Wow!
Actually,
a filmmaker? So you're a filmmaker?
I work with other people who make films. I help people make films on my days off, on my off time.
Wow! So that means I'm going to have to definitely know you sometime.
Well,
so can you talk a little bit about that up here?
In Alaska,
I like that you are in that field, because I feel like we do not meet people very much that are in that field.
No, hang on. This should be your focus right here. Right here.
Right on time.
Look at this, everyone.
Wow.
This is Klondike Mike. What did you order today?
Wow. It's a Mexican filling, which is great.
Yes, a Mexican Philly with tater tots on the side. Look at that.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Okay.
No. You need to enjoy your meal. You don't need to. You need to focus on your food. Nourishment first.
Well, just a quick history is in 1935, the colonists came here, 200 families from the Midwest to colonize it and to start an agricultural project. That was my grandparents were part of that.
Oh wow, your grandparents was actually part of that project?
Yep.
How did they build this city? What was the means of living around here?
It was a trading post here, just the small part of it. And then they lived the first year in tents, and then they built homes and farms and just started growing and going from there. There was mining and stuff going on before that.
Wow. So would you say this place is big on agriculture?
Yes. Yep.
What are some of the most famous places that are known for farming here?
As far as farms, there's the Vicarious Farm. There's what's the other one? There's a number of farms. There's a big one, the Reindeer Farm out in Butte. There's Pyro's Farm. They're real big, and they give back to the community. Musk Ox Farm. They have musk ox.
Okay.
They raise them just up the road here.
Okay.
About 2 miles.
2 miles from here. What makes this place different from other Alaskan cities to you?
I think it's the small town feel, and it's got the rich ground here from the glacier silt. It's very high in nutrients, and that's why it grows real good. And then everybody's a real tight-knit community.
You say everybody knows everybody?
Pretty much. It's growing a lot, but it does.
How's winters like here?
Oh, they're not too bad. We get a lot of wind, as you can see, it comes off the glacier. But the winters aren't too bad, pretty mild.
Too bad. And tell us a little bit about the restaurant.
Well, this is my wife's restaurant, Sweet Gypsy. She had a dream to own a restaurant one day, and about 15 months ago, she made it come true.
Wow, so it's only 15 months old?
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. You?
Good.
You look like you look like this dude who played for Detroit.
Yeah?
He was from Alabama.
So I want to ask you a question, right? So what about here feels like home to you?
Camping.
Camping?
Being in a tent.
What would you say is different from living here in Anchorage?
Oh, fuck Anchorage. Yeah. Methville.
Yeah?
Always on the lookout for someone on your back.
In Anchorage?
Yes. And Wasilla too. Meth heads. They're all over.
So what's different from, what about Palmer?
Well, they camp.
Yeah?
Yeah, meth heads don't camp. They crawl out under rocks at 3 a.m. I don't know where they fucking come from.
Yeah. So do you think people like my color is accepted here?
Oh my God, yes.
You sure?
Are you kidding? Alaska is all about who you are, not what you look like. Are you a man? Can you take care of yourself? That's Alaska. Doesn't matter. Boston. Fucking 86. That was Len Bias's number.
Yeah?
From Maryland. Remember him?
Nah, I'm too young to remember him.
He is a great player. He was in the Great Alaska Shootout. I got his autograph.
Yeah.
And Coach, what was it, Lefty Drizel. I got his autograph too. And then Len Bias got drafted #1 that year by Boston. Yeah. And then he died of a cocaine overdose that night.
That night.
And Larry Bird said it was the saddest thing in his life. He was so looking forward to playing with him.
So in here, right? What speaks Palmer? What is here that is nowhere else?
It was settled by pioneers. And so in the Great Depression in the 30s, President Roosevelt said, let's send a bunch of fucking pioneers up to Alaska and settle it. So they only picked people from northern Minnesota and northern Wisconsin because they knew how to deal with the winter. So they came up here and they built them places, and they built all of this. Farms, everything. And they grow the biggest vegetables in the world.
Up here?
Yeah.
I see farmlands are big over here. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it everybody almost have a farmland? What is the political views of people here? Oh, you?
Vote for the person, not for the party. That's a political view. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, or whatever. I'll vote for the person, not the party.
Not the party. And how is that like here in Palmer?
Well, I'm a personal friend of the mayor.
What are your takes on the mayor of Palmer?
She was rambunctious. She bought different businesses. She bought a VW Bug, a yellow one. And then she ran for mayor. And then she got into the legislature. Then my wife worked for her in Juneau.
Oh, in Juneau?
Yeah.
Okay.
The capital.
The capital of
And you gotta either fly in or boat in.
That's what is something like for us, a young person growing up in Palmer? How is life like for them? Is
Hunting
it farms?
and fishing and farming. Yeah, you work, but then it's light all day. So then you go fishing. There's salmon. You nail them.
Definitely. Thank you very much, man. All right, take it easy, yeah? Yeah. I wouldn't think coming to a place like Palmer will have such great food, but I love it. It's so great. I'm enjoying it. We came and we saw. This is Palmer, Alaska for you guys. And I will say we will cut it here because I'm tired and I'm hungry. And we met a lot of great people. With that being said, Palmer, y'all passed the vibe check. One of y'all didn't pass, but the rest passed.